Hi Madelinetosh fans, today we are going to make pom-pom earrings using this amazing and beautiful hand-dye Heliotrope Madelinetosh yarn. And what's in your kit are a loom tool, tight tie string for tying your pom-pom, your pom-pom trim guide. You're gonna have a whole bunch of hardware here. It's good enough for 2 pairs of earrings, but if you have old earrings that you actually want to reuse, that is totally perfect. So let's get started. What I have for examples here are 2 different types of trim, just keeping that in mind before we get started. This is a looser trim, and this I actually trimmed it down a little bit more, so you can see here is substantially smaller and completely on the side. If you are a tassel fan, you can actually also make tassels. I'm going to link to the bottom of this video as well. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to set this aside. What you're going to do is you are going to take your loom tool, have your pair of scissors ready, and then I recommend having a bowl or something to catch your trimming for your pom-pom. You're going to take your heliotrope, and we're going to use the narrower end of this pom-pom so this amazing yarn won't go to waste. You could attach this to any of the notches, and we're going to go 200 revolutions, and that's all the way around. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, not too tight, not too loose. I'm gonna either fast forward this real quickly to just show you, it's pretty easy to do, and you don't have to worry about if it goes down here, it's fine. Just move it up closer when you're ready to tie. And if you actually want to go a little bit faster and you could find that extra other end, you can just double it up and wind it half the amount of wind. So instead of 200, you're going 100. Okay, so this is what you do. I'm gonna fast forward, and through editing magic, I'm gonna bring in the one that I already have done. Okay, so keep going. Okay, so here I have the 200 revolutions that I already have wounded earlier, and I'm gonna take my tie, and you're just gonna take about 12 inches or 18 inches, which is your fingertip to your elbow or your bicep. Okay, that. And to tie your jump ring onto your pom-pom is quite easy, and this is a good trick to know. You're gonna take that tight tie, thread it under here, make sure the ends are even like this. Okay, you're not gonna make any ties. You're gonna take one of your jump ring here, okay, and you're gonna thread this through your jump ring. So one side is going this way, and you're gonna take this other one going in the opposite direction. So this is what you'll have. Okay, so move your jump ring so that it's in the middle here. Okay, and you don't have to worry about it so much, in terms of it, I don't know, being face down or up if you're using this. But later on, if you're going to use this, this hook, you do have to make sure that the mouth of your jump ring, which is, these 2 sides that comes together. Oops, hold on. Where is this one on this one? I think it's right here. Wait, hold on. Oh, here it is. You want to make sure that, you can open it. And the gauge to this jump ring is actually nice because you could actually just use your finger to open it. Okay. So if you're using the hook here, you don't have to worry which way it's facing up. But if you are using this one, just make sure that it's facing up like this. Okay. And you could always adjust it after you tie too if it ends up turning. Okay. So here we go. You're going to take this end, the end that is actually closer to the bottom here, and you're going to thread this underneath and turn your yarn bundle over like this. Okay, so now it should look like this. The jump ring is on the other side, and now we're going to make a double overhand knot. So what that means is like tying your shoelace a little bit, but you're going to go twice. So let me show you what that means. So listen carefully. crosses over. Take this under 1 and 2, and then you're gonna pull. I'm gonna do it one more time because this can be a tiny bit confusing. Okay, you take these 2 ends, cross them over each other. This one is on the top, cross it over, go under, and tighten. You don't have to do it super tight, but just, you know, make sure it's a little snug. Make sure that this is in the middle. If it's off center, this is an opportunity for you to use your finger to nudge it back to the center. Now you're going to turn this back, and this is an opportunity to also turn the opening of your jump ring up towards you if you need to. And now we're going to wedge this off the tool like this. Okay, and this is the trickiest part. Go ahead and pull hard, but not too hard that you might break this embroidery floss. This embroidery floss is actually pretty strong, so you could pull pretty hard before it breaks, but still, I've seen people break it before. The strength. Okay, so you're gonna work close to the center right here, not like this. You're gonna take your finger and go closer, make tiny little pull to make sure it's really tight. Now you might have to borrow a finger, or you could use your own like this, and you're gonna close it out. Make it really fast so that it doesn't have an opportunity to open and loosen. And then I'm gonna make another tie just to be safe. Okay, and now I'm gonna cut both ends like this, put it in my bowl, and now this is what you'll have. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take your sharp scissors and we're gonna cut. A tip too is that when you cut inside here, this is where it's really sharp and you have a lot of control, and you could cut through a lot of yarn at the same time. So see how I go like that? Perfect. And just go back and look and see if there's any loops that's still not cut. Again, taking my scissors all the way in through my loops here to the end, cut. Okay, so see how there's a whole bunch of loops here that's not cut? I didn't catch it. So just go in and I just cut them. Okay. Okay, look at how pretty that is. Look at all the specks. That's really, you see, it looks like a exploding starburst. Okay, now using your hand, gently fluff. Okay, and you're gonna find that jump ring. That jump ring is somewhere here. It's right here for me. Okay, you're gonna fluff this up. You're gonna take your pom pom trim guide and you're gonna put it over your pom pom. Try to center it, and you could sense a center by just like this naturally kind of comes out like this, spreads apart. Okay, and depending on if you want a really big pom pom, a fluffy one like this, if you do, all you're gonna do is you're just gonna trim outside the pom pom trim guide like this. See how there's a distance between the pom pom trim guide and the yarn, the edge of the yarn. So you're using basically the pom pom guide as a visual guide. Okay, turning it slowly. Okay. Okay, so now when you look down on it, it should be pretty much the same distance all the way around. Because a pom-pom is a three-dimensional shape, what you're gonna do is now you're gonna take your pom-pom and turn it one wrist turn like this. Okay, again, this is where you were. You're gonna turn it like this, fluff it back up gently. Okay, and you'll probably see it spread like this because this yarn is actually quite thin. If we were working with thicker yarn, then it would be a little bit harder to see. So we're gonna do this, repeat the same thing, because see how it looks a little bit like oblong almost. You just want to round out your edges. Same thing. Okay, and believe it or not, we are done. Look at that. Is that cute? And then all you do is you take your hoop, open it, and just find, you know, jump ring and then just hoop it under. I'm going to actually show you how to do this trim as well, but I just want to show you that. But if you are using this one, you could either put on another jump ring so it dangles a little bit, or you simply, just with your hands, you know, kind of open the jump ring like this, and then you just take this and put it into the jump ring and then close the jump ring. So I'm gonna trim it a little bit more, so I'm not gonna put that in there right now. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna trim it so that it's small like this, and what we'll do is we'll repeat the same thing, but we're gonna trim all the way to the edge here, okay, like this. So making sure this is not moving, you're holding it down well. And when you have to turn your pom-pom, make sure you just take your time turning it. I also recommend to people, if they need to stand up, sometimes you stand up and look down on your pom-pom, you actually have a better sense of like all the scraggly things that's coming off to the side, and you could just see it better overall. But you don't have to do that either, but I do recommend it. I think it's great to be able to do that. See, I'm actually standing up now. So again, three-dimensional shape, you have to take one wrist turn like this, fluff it out, put this back on, and see how you have to trim here, trim here, trim here, and trim here. The pom-pom trim guide is great, and you could actually make it yourself as well. Like if you just, you know, have a like a bottle cap or a lid to a small jar, you just trace it onto a cardboard or junk mail, and then just cut it. And if you accidentally cut it, you just make another one. And this is a great way if you want to make different sizes of pom-pom. Fluff it out. The nice thing about fluffing it out gently is that, see, I don't know, can you see that? That piece was curled in, hidden inside. And that's it. Look at how cute that is. Oh my goodness, okay. Sometime with a smaller pom-pom, I like to go back in and just freehand, you know, cutting any kind of stragglers out like this. Fluff it some more. Oh, I could tell already this one is sticking out. But the key is to always gently, just gently fluff it. And when you are trimming a pom-pom, what I recommend to people is that not to turn it all over when you're trimming it. Just focus on one circumference. And when you focus on one circumference, this really helps you from just kind of, you know, be able to form a round shape. And that's pretty much it. Oh my goodness, so cute. These are irresistible. I have done a few kind of parties, and we would have like a pom-pom making station, and this would just be so fun to make, and it would be like the most popular thing because everybody loves a pom-pom earring. And one tip real fast before we finish, we wrap up. So as with most wool, over time, you know, the ends might fuzz out. It might get a little, you know, might not look quite as sharp. All you have to do is take your scissors and take the littlest bit off. It's almost like, I'll call it shaving your pom-pom. See how I'm just taking out so little, like this. And believe it or not, that does wonders. Your pom-pom will look so new and refreshed. And that's it, Madelinetosh fans. I hope you get to sport around your Heliotrope earrings. They're so cute. And everybody's gonna give you a compliment because they are just beyond adorable. Okay, everyone, enjoy your pom-pom project with Madelinetosh Heliotrope and the Loome tool. Bye.